Hello guys. This will be just a quick video because I'm trying to repair these two phones and get them into their factory condition. But I will definitely show them a bit in this video and a backstory behind one of them. So yesterday I got two new phones from my grandma and grandpa. These phones were not owned by my grandpa and grandma. Especially the other phone that I'm gonna show in the video. It was actually found. This other phone that I have, I'm not completely sure who owned it either. But here they are. I'm gonna show them right now. I'm gonna turn them off first. And bam, here they are. So this one is real weird and we'll get into later. But first up, here is another really nice case. Here is another yet another iPhone 4. This is the third iPhone 4 in my collection. I have four, but I gave one of them to my friend. The first one that I got had a replacement display. The second one I bought had a the first one I got from my school from from a teacher at school, which had a replacement display, and I can tell because one of the screws on the bottom were taken out. The second one that I got had slightly worse battery life, but had a really scratched up screen, but it didn't have a crack at the back. It had a brand new back, so it's like brand new condition back, but a very scratched screen. I had a white iPhone 4 as well, which had a completely dead battery, which was found in some kind of grass somewhere on the streets. With my dad found it with a completely dead battery, and it ran a beta version of iOS 7, but I had to reset it because it was completely locked. It said iPhone is locked, you have to wait 3 million minutes, and that's legit how many minutes you had to wait, and that was 6 months. I literally got a calculator and you had to wait 6 months. I thought I'm just gonna reset it and get it to 7.1, iOS 7.1. And yeah, it does work, but I'm probably gonna swap the battery from this one. And now we got this one. I'm not completely sure if the screen is original, but I think it is. It looks in really good condition. It might actually be the best iPhone 4 in terms of condition as I have as of yet. But I'm not gonna switch to it because I switched to so many iPhones this time, to iPhone 4s, and with switching, I'm talking putting my Apple ID on here and taking pictures with it. That will still be. Where did it go? Where's my iPhone? There's my iPhone. That will still be this iPhone. The one with the really scratched screen, as you can see. It is the original screen. You know what? Let's compare screens. Oh yeah, this one does have the original screen. I just noticed that. That's cool. So yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but it's super scratched. Yep, there we go. You know what? Let's charge this sucker up. I haven't charged it in like freaking ages. Hey, that's not the right. Oh, that is the right cable, isn't it? No, that's freaking micro USB. We don't need that. I have so many white cables right now. Where the hell did my iPhone 4 cable go? Oh, here's my iPhone 4 cable. I do have the original Apple cable, which is cool. I also have the original Apple charging brick, but it's not mine. It's my mom's, because she used to use a iPhone 4, which she now uses as a clock. So yeah, let me just take a look at that charges. Yep, there you go. That's my iPhone 4, which I currently use as a main since the back cover is real great. But this will probably just be a second iPhone 4, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know, man. I don't really know what use to give this. I could give it to my friends or just swap the battery because his white iPhone is absolutely horrendous. Since it just doesn't want to turn on. It gets really hot as well. It just doesn't want to turn on correctly. So yeah, don't get these two mixed up. That would be crap. This case is actually from my first iPhone 4 with the little crack on the back that went like this. I still have that iPhone, but it's currently in a drawer because I have way too many iPhone 4s. They were ridiculously popular in the Netherlands, I guess. So now let's get to the interesting part. That's the iPhone 4. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to turn it on. Otherwise, it's going to be a real boring episode, isn't it? So it does perfectly work. Not sure about the battery life, but that is a real big thing to me for some reason. I don't know. The first iPhone 4 that I got had excellent battery life. I think it just wasn't really used much, but I swear it does not have the original display because it looks slightly different. Plus, I think it has a worse lamination job. You know that, and your screen. To know if your screen is laminated, take a look at it. If it's gray, then it's not laminated. If it's real deep black like this, if it almost blends in with the screen, then it's laminated. So now, let's wait till this boots up. The screen looks way better in real life, let me tell you. Let me just clean my camera, Jesus. The only problem with this phone is that it's not reset. There you go. 77%? I charged it to 80% yesterday. Earpiece is totally clean on this one. The earpiece on my main iPhone is still really dirty. It does have some marks in it. I think I actually got through it. You know what? Let's actually... Yes, I know you're dead. Let's actually get these two iPhones and see how the difference is. It has some slight nicks on the frame, I guess, but I was really happy that, yeah, you know what? This might become my main iPhone, since look at it. It's perfect condition. It's literally freaking brand new. Yeah, I can distinguish them from just their looks. So yeah, my main iPhone has some slight nicks on the sides and has a really scratched up screen. But shall I switch? I'm not completely sure. I've switched from multiple iPhone 4s now, and I don't really know if it's worth it. I think this thing is just gonna go in my smartphone collection, my smartphone prison, as my dad likes to call it. There you go. That thing is charging. This thing has a little picture, as you can see. Man, the display always looks so good in these, but it's passcode locked. So yeah. And I already locked it, accidentally disabled this thing once, so yeah. I think battery life is better on my main iPhone 4. So let's turn that off. I will reset that. My computer is currently turned on, so if you hear a fan, that's my laptop, even though it's super quiet. So yeah, that's the iPhone 4. Interesting looking case. I thought these were just out of the bunch. I thought these were just dead. I thought no one used these cases anymore. Back when the iPhone came out, but apparently they did. Let's look at this one with the really weird cutout, because this is gonna be my main iPhone, and that's for sure. Look at it. It's a freaking iPhone 6. Finally, I have something better in my collection than an iPhone 4. And it perfectly works fine. Let me just turn it on. Well, before I'm gonna turn it on, the best thing out of all is that the gold units. Oh yeah, it's a freaking golden iPhone 6. This was the most expensive unit they had, the most expensive color. At least I think, and I think the black one and silver was the cheapest one. I absolutely fucking hate the black one. It has a super ugly silver back in my opinion. I really hate the silver gray iPhones. But I think this one just looks really freaking good. I think this is my favorite iPhone. It feels so good in the hand. Like, I've never in my entire life have held an iPhone 6. And it feels real good, I gotta say. So, the only problem with this iPhone 6 is that I didn't have a charger for it. So I went to the dollar store, well, not a dollar store, I went to the grocery store and bought a way too over expensive charging cable. Until I noticed that's actually a really good charging cable. It mimics the original Apple one. Let me just get it out of the way here. Let me just get it. There's the cable that I bought. It's made from recycled parts, so that might be why it's so expensive. It's from Green Mouse, which is the household brand of that grocery store. My mom has bought the micro USB cable from that brand, and it's an amazing quality micro USB cable, I gotta say. It's a little bit dirty, but that's probably because of the charging port of this. I thought this phone was broken, but you actually have to use the original Apple charging brick in order to charge this, which is really annoying. I don't know if that's a bug of iOS 10, which this is running, or like what. So yeah, let's turn this on. This is also my first ever iPhone with that beautiful white boot up. Screen looks meh. I think it has some sort of issue. Not completely sure what. But the backstory of this phone is really interesting. This was found in Italy by my grandpa's girlfriend and my grandpa's boyfriend, I guess, or just friend, not boyfriend. Jesus Christ, that's cringy. Two friends of my grandpa went to Italy, apparently, and found this in its case. So yeah, it does have a Italian Apple ID on it, but the phone itself was Dutch. So may this have been used before? I'm not sure. Currently is running iOS 10. Holy crap, that just glitched. I will update this thing to iOS 12, and the reason for that, as you can see, I will not show that name too much because maybe you can call that and just let this iPhone be disabled. Because yes, you can disable your iPhone with Find My iPhone. So I'm not even going to connect this thing to Wi-Fi. I'm just going to straight up delete that Apple ID, which I actually can't do. But I'm just going to try some shit with iTunes. So yeah, this phone is going to be a bumpy ride to fix. I do love this UI. I think this looks much better than the ugly iPhone 4 UI, iOS 7. But I think iOS 12 is much better. I think iOS 12 is much better. This thing has been reset. It had the blue background, by the way. It had that blue life background. There were no pictures on it anymore. And it did have web pages on it. In Safari, it had lots of pages open with Italian stuff. And I thought, what the hell is that? But yeah, my mom told me that this phone was found in Italy. So yeah, now I know. Jesus, that screen gets bright. I think it's a pretty cool update. I'm kind of sad that it's a 16 GB model, which I'll show you now. Oh man, I should really software update this thing, which I'm probably gonna do. Yeah, there you go. iOS 10.3. 16 GB with only 8 GB available. That fucking sucks. Hey, at least it doesn't have. At least it doesn't really have storage issues, as far as I know. 8 GB is not bad. The reason that it has 8 GB available is pretty decent. But I will probably be mother loading this thing with apps because it's a brand new iPhone. Why should I not load it with apps? By the way, if you're wondering, yes, or if you're an Eagle Eyes viewer, yes, this iPhone does have a screen protector installed, which is really good. Wow, in real life it's so noticeable, but on camera it's like almost impossible to see. Yeah, you can see it right there. And it's really scratched up, but that doesn't matter because those scratches could have been on the screen. Don't know about the battery health, but that's mainly because I haven't updated this yet. It's still on iOS 10. So yeah, I guess these are you guys' first look and last look at iOS 10 on the iPhone 6, I guess. I mean, I could probably fix this with an IPSW, but I'm not completely sure. Obviously, I can downgrade it, but that's only worth it with a really old iPhone, like the iPod Touch 3rd Gen or iPhone 3GS. With this, it's not really worth it. And yes, the case is kind of broken, but I absolutely hate this case. But the only reason why I'm using this is because it's protective and it's Italian. I don't like Italian, by the way. I do like pizza, don't worry. It literally says 6G 4.7. Only the cheap cases do that. Only the cheap ones. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fully charge this up. Oh, that's nice. I really love this cable. I don't know, it's Dutch quality. I'm not kidding. It's actually a Dutch charging cable. So, there you have it. Just a quick little video about the iPhone 6 and iPhone 4 that I got. The iPhone 6 has no issues apart from that it's stuck on a account. It did not have a password, which is really surprising. As I said, it doesn't really have any issues. Apart from that, I can't get it to charge with a different charger than the original Apple one. The only other issue that I have is, yeah, it's just a stupid iCloud account that I just can't get off, and I don't want to connect this to Wi-Fi because it may go freaking crazy on me. It may fuck up like completely. So yeah, I will be plugging it into iTunes and reset it completely, wipe it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. But before that, the other iPhone 4 works perfectly fine as well. It just needs to be reset, and the passcode needs to be wiped. What I'm gonna use it for, I have no idea. Probably for a camera test, real soon. Hopefully before New Year's Eve, or whatever you wanna call it. But yeah, other than that, have a happy Christmas and see y'all later.